I'm Coach Paige with Rooted in Movement, and this is a offset left side glute bridge. The simplest way to try to feel if we're actually able to get load and use the muscles of the left leg and the left hip is to start on the ground. By lying flat on our backs, we have a better opportunity to notice where our shoulders and our ribs and our pelvis is in space because we have a flat surface to lay against. So it'll help us be able to feel the different pressure and where we're distributing our weight. So it's an offset bridge. That means it's a left side. So I'm going to be planted through my left foot. So that I'm going to put towards the outside of a box in this case, or you could use a bench. The other foot is actually going to reside on top of the object. So again, this is a left leg, left-sided focused offset bridge, much like a single leg bridge, but we're not quite there to the full single leg stance. So I'm setting up by making sure that my knees stay in line with my hips. So I want to think a little bit about hugging towards the midline. If you have a ball or a yoga block, this works. Again, we're not looking to do a death squeeze, it's just a placeholder. The next thing I want to do is have my arms reaching towards the ceiling. Now I'm going to first and foremost change the position of my core, change what I'm doing here at the core. So I'm just going to simply exhale to melt my ribs down, and if you touch your abdomen, you should be able to feel tension across the whole midsection. The main objective here is also trying to maintain that left rib cage right here in this left quadrant did in fact shrink down and in towards the body. And like I said, we're going to be trying to reach our arms to the ceiling like we're holding something. From here, you can simply begin to press down through the box with the right heel, and then you can be pressing down through the left big toe and also really heel heavy, and then you'll actually start to raise the bridge, hence why it's called a bridge. So it's not about how high you can go, it's simply getting the pelvis to lift off the ground, and you'll notice that my mid-back, so right where my ribs are on the back of me, is still pressing into the floor. I still have the backs of my upper body and my shoulders, they're pressing into the floor, and I even have a slight lift here, and the back of my head is pressing into the floor. So at that point, because you're pressing through that left leg, trying to get into your hip extension here, you want to be able to stay there and breathe and not lose the position of those bones. And so basically it becomes an endurance for a left-sided glute bridge, a left leg, single leg glute bridge. This is a preparatory movement before we go to the full single leg. If you have any questions at all, please be sure to send me a DM. We can always jump on a phone call or do a live in-person session. So be sure to double check the prescription for how long you should hold this exercise.